So this morning Shandy said that we need blues and greens eyeshadows. So I was thinking that we would play a little bit with our anniversary palette. Thinking we're gonna go in for Dazzling, which is this teal blue green. But we're gonna start with Whimsical. Well, that was fun. We're gonna start with Whimsical Splurge Cream Shadow, which is this sparkly blue, and that'll be like our base. So first we need to get our eye primer. And with the eye primer, you just need the tiniest little amount. I mean, like, that's it. Like, just the tiniest little amount. And it works for both eyes. And with any of our cream products, get your skin to warm it up just a tiny bit. Now, since this is more of an impromptu video, I need to prime my face still, so I'm going to do that right now. And then, before we get started on our shadow, I'm going to do my eyebrows first. I don't typically do my eyebrows on camera, but you know what? Every once in a while, you need to put those kind of videos up, because not everybody. I mean, I'm still new to doing eyebrows, and not everybody does eyebrows. So yeah, so when you add a face primer, you do want your face primer to sit on your face for about 5 minutes before you put on your foundation and your powders. Think of it like when you go get your nails done. You put a base coat on, you put the polish on, and then you put a primer or a top coat on. Same idea. You need that base to fill in your pores so that the product doesn't seep through your pores. Alright, so I'm going to take our eyebrow pencil in the color medium, and I use this just to carve the tip of my brows. You don't have to do this, or you can do this, or you can use the pencil for the entire brow. You don't have to use the pencil at all. Me personally, I just do it just to define the point to my eyebrow. Okay, so now that I've defined the point of my eyebrows, then I go in for the Brow Obsession palette in Brunette, and that's when I actually like carve out my eyebrows. And then I'll just take both powders, kind of mix them together, and then I start at my arch and I come down. And again, depending on how much natural brow hair you do have is going to depend on how much product you'll end up using. Okay, and then as the last step with the brow palette, I just take the gel, and I would imagine you can put the gel over your entire brow. I put it just over the bottom half of my brow because that's where I just put the powder. So this way I'm locking the hairs into place so they don't get all crazy throughout the day. And again, you don't have to do any of these steps if you don't want to. Makeup, for me, makeup is all just a personal preference. And then I'll take the pink highlight, and again, just kind of define that point that I created. And yes, now I have two little pink lines, but that's all going to get blended out with the eyeshadow and with the foundation that we're going to add. Alright, so I'm going to start with Honest out of palette 4. I'm hoping that that's gonna be a good transition color, because I'm wanting to keep blues and that teal color. So I'm hoping that by doing a bluish, silverish transition color, that the teal and the blue will come out in the end. That's my plan anyway. We'll see if that actually happens. Again, I am not a professional by any means, but I love playing, I love creating, I love building. So now, what did I say this was? We're going to take Whimsical, which is this shimmer blue splurge cream shadow. And normally, like if I'm just doing like a light simple look, I'll just put my finger in the splurge, wipe it on my eye. But I actually want I want Whimsical to be more of a base for this look. That's why we're using the cream brush, and we're actually going to pack it on. We're gonna cake it on, if you will. Whimsical is pretty. I think I actually want a little bit more. Like I want the blue to just, hey look, I'm wearing blue in my eyes. Let's get a little coffee in us. Make sure I get the right color. We're going to take Dazzling, which is the teal. And you want to take a cream brush, not a fluffy brush, and you do actually want to cake on. Really get that product in your brush, because we are just going to pat it onto the cream shadow that we just put on our eye. I think I finally got the teal to pop. Like every time I use the dazzling color, like I just can't get the teal to just pop out teal. But I think I finally did it. I think using Whimsical as the splurge cream shadow, I think that really helped. Alright, let's clean up this under eye just a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna go back in with Honest from palette 4. See if we can mesh this together just a little bit so it's not such a sharp line. So I'm doing this with an extremely light hand, and really all I'm trying to do is get rid of that sharp line. I mean, I still want the obvious light and dark, but I don't want a sharp line. Let's go for liquid foundation. Alright, so we're going to take the color Taffeta. And liquid foundation is mineral based, so you do want to make sure that you've shaken it up, because you need to get all those minerals back working around together. So yesterday I had the kiddos make jello and we made muffins. I don't have any ideas for today. Like, I don't even know what I want to make for dinner tonight. Like, usually, like, I think Sundays are like the perfect, like, stew day or chili day. I'm not a fan of chili, so I'm not making chili. I could do stew, but then I have to go to the grocery store again. I just went to the grocery store yesterday. Always make sure you get it all blended in. Blend it into your chin. Even blend it into your neck. Blend it into your ears. So for a highlight, I take our, my brain just went dead, Skin Perfecting Concealer in the color Scarlet. I think it's even. And now for a little contour. Out of the Sculpting trio, I just used the brown one. And that's a personal preference. Personal preference, I prefer for my highlight, for the lighter part, I prefer for it to be more of a creamy product. And the two highlights in this palette, for me, are not creamy enough. Alright, and then you take your beauty blender, your beauty sponge, and your rose water. And the highlight, the white part, you bounce in, where the contour, the brown part, you bounce up. And that's because you don't want to smear off what you just put on. Okay, and now we'll take a little translucent setting powder and our beauty sponge. We're going to set/bake a little bit. I don't think that I actually need eyeliner per se, but I am going to put on some mascara. So let's use our Epic One Step Mascara. Okay, and then I'm going to take our brow artist brush, but I'm going to take the flat end. Can you see that? There we go. And I'm going to use that to put Dazzling, that teal color, underneath my eye. Get some blush. This is Spirited. And it's just a little product, tap it off, just a little kiss. Little product, tap it off, just a little kiss. You really don't need that much blush. I know that back in the 80s it was big, bright, rosy cheeks and hi, look at me. You really don't need to do that anymore. And let's do a little bronzer. This is in the color Hermosa. And with the bronzer, you're basically giving your face that sun-kissed glow. So, over here, basically everywhere that you just contoured is where you're going to put your bronzer. And get a little lustrous highlight. Lustrous has a gold hue to it. And again, highlight, like your bronzer, you want it to be where the sun would kiss. So at the tops of your cheeks, tops of your eyebrows, tip of your nose, your cupid's bow, and your chin. Tops of your cheeks, top of your eyebrow, tip of your nose, your cupid's bow, and your chin. And then we take our puffy brush and we just dust away all that excess translucent powder. Try not to get it under your contact lens because that is not an awesome feeling. Alright, I don't know what color lip to do here. Let's see if my eyeballs will work. Sensual. Let's try it. It's like a dark pink, almost purple. I'm making it worse. Yeah, I think I made it worse. Anyway, that's what I came up with. It's not quite as green shandy as this. You want a green and blue, but it is definitely, it's a teal. Not too bad. I like it. I like it. I'm still learning and practicing and trying to figure out how to manipulate this anniversary palette because it is such a dark palette, which I love. But I think we did alright today. I like it. Alright, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing. I love you guys. Mwah. Have a great day. Bye.